And now entering cage one is the blue corner representing Kazakhstan, Salauat Kabi. And his opponent in the red corner representing Tajikistan, Otabek, Radzhabov.
So we continue in the men's junior bantamweight division. Salauat Kabi from Kazakhstan in the blue corner. Otabek, Radzhabov in the red corner representing Tajikistan. Tajikistan debuting with a team that are looking absolutely fantastic in these tournaments. Kazakhstan as well, a real emerging force in amateur mixed martial arts. Ooh. And by far, Dean, if we're doing battle of the audiences or the stands, the crowds, these two are number 1 and 2. The noise that their team and the support that their team show while their athletes are in the cage is phenomenal.
Yeah, there's a great following as well, and it does give you a little bit of boost of confidence with fans in the stand shouting for you. Radzhabov with a nice double leg takedown of himself from Kabi.
Very, very nice indeed. And we saw a third-round guillotine choke from Magomed against Magomed Abdul Halidov, which saw Otabek Radzhabov earn this spot in the semi-finals. Salauat, he got a decision victory, split decision yesterday. To see him progress today to take on this man, his chance to fight in that final. Oh, looking for the armbar.
Kabi with the angles. Every time he switches his hips to an angle to the left and the right, he's looking to clasp hold of a triangle and armbar.
Yeah, and he's so good with those limbs as well, those legs. You feel like fighting an octopus. They're continuously moving up now, looking for the omoplata.
Can use this omoplata to sweep as well if he gets it. Might just transition to the triangle.
Maybe to there, but Otabek very aware of that, pushes it, stays safe. The positional understanding at this level, Dean, is phenomenal. The small nuances that you keep highlighting as far as just knowing the dangers of a certain spot.
There's the armbar, there's the angle we were speaking about. Now he's deep on the arm. The elbow joint is past the hips, and he's got to do now is hyperextend. He's crossing his feet, which allows his opponent to stack him up a little bit. So if he can open his legs out and fan all the legs down on his head, break the posture, he might be able to separate the arm away from the body.
The cage now is also going to impede him a little bit, so Otabek has got him in a good spot. Can he pull that arm free?
Crossing the legs is good if you want to keep what's in front of you close, you know, the spider's web if you're on top, and also as well if they're almost like slipping out. But what he needs to do ultimately is let that left leg off and pressure it on the top of the head of the red corner, just to lever him down and further separate the arm so he can hyperextend it.
Final 10 seconds here. Otabek still stacking up his opponent, avoiding the full extension on this arm, the full pressure. Pulling that free. Great fight, absolutely superb stuff from these young men. Very impressed with the offensive guard, and you kept talking about the angles that Salauat was able to make, to find, to threaten with those submissions, and almost essentially clasp one up at the end, just couldn't quite get the extension. Equally so though, Otabek defensively very sound as well, Dean.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of stacking up there. Again, like Kabi crossed his feet in that position, which allows you to stack you up. And then added with the cage as well, it's very hard for him to circle out, invert around, and sweep from that position. So if he could get the armbar again, I'd like to see him dive underneath the leg, potentially look for a roll so he ends up on top, or uncross those legs and keep them nice and heavy on the body and the head to try and separate the arm.
Both fighters, a little cry to the stands, have ignited their fans, their teammates. In great voice is Tajikistan and Kazakhstan, those flags flying high. And Here we have round 2 set to get underway. Salauat Kabi from Kazakhstan in the blue corner. Otabek Radzhabov in the red corner, representing Tajikistan.
Nice long shots. He uses that jab to the body and the head as well. That's what you see in the kicks as well from Radzhabov. Every time Kabi goes down with that jab to the body, he can't help but just lean his head to that right side as per the technique. So that's why you see that lead switch kick come out.
And look at the level change there, Dean. That's phenomenal. He's got to watch his neck. He's got to watch his neck. He has slammed him down and popped his head out. Great work there from Otabek. But you saw that an instant threat from Salauat. He just couldn't feed that second hand in to get the bite.
Often the guillotine, sorry, Brian, often the guillotines and the triangles from a slam usually can make them tighter. But sometimes they don't expect it, takes the win out of him, and it worked in that instance. You know, if it works, it works. Like Rampage and Ricardo Rono on Friday, that was an insane slam, and he actually knocked him out. There's the armbar we see again. It's going to wow. See now if it stays heavy. It's going to opt to go to the triangle.
Otabek needs to keep his wits about him against these ground attacks coming from Salauat Kabi. Halfway through round number 2. And the other side of this tournament, we always talk about the glory, Dean, but there's a huge amount of broken hearts that happen throughout the days. And one thing that I saw yesterday, 2 of the key stone members of the Tajikistan squad, they both lost their fights, very close fights as well. There was a moment in that hotel where they were all gathered around and it was just wonderful to see as they're behind each other in defeat, as they are pushing each other in towards victory. So when you see that sort of team spirit, it really does highlight what this means, and also what sort of teams they're building, the absolute heart of the sport shown throughout the world, the universal language.
That's another aspect as well, dealing with the loss. You see the likes of Jorge Masvidal, Michael Bisping, coming back from losses. Bisping came back and beat Henderson. You know,
claimed the champion, yeah, absolutely.
Became the champion, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, coming back from those losses, accepting their losses, looking bad exam, it's happened, it's done, got to move on and look forward to the rest of my career, you know. So that's another skill set in itself to be able to deal with. And we see it a lot with the juniors. I saw a lot in Bulgaria. Juniors so upset. I felt really bad for them in the corners, you know, crying, upset. There's so much on the line, the weight of their nation on their shoulders, but they have to recognize, you know what, there's another one next day. You know, tomorrow might be a bright day. Get back in the gym, get training, come back and then perform at your best.
And learn, that is it. Another tight round between these two. Otabek, the level change to the takedown, very, very impressive. Once again, timed it beautifully against the dangerous strikes of Salauat Kabi. Kabi off his back, so many problems he causes.
Very active jiu-jitsu, yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see as well how is that going to score with the judges, because he was threatening submissions, you know. He was putting Radzhabov in danger off of his back, but Radzhabov is on top, you know, so if he can mix in the strikes, is he going to nullify the aggressive grappling game from Kabi?
Well, we have 3 more minutes, and potentially those questions will be answered. If not within those 3 minutes, for sure, and by the judges after that. Round 3. Tajikistan versus Kazakhstan. Kabi in the blue corner, Radzhabov in the red. Who can claim that spot, claim that place in tomorrow's finals? Let's see it once again. Radzhabov was able to do exactly this, time that takedown. It's just superb, Dean.
Yeah, the fast hands.
So.
And you can see it from the demeanour of Kabi, though. He's got very fast hands. He puts lots of power in. He's got great technique. But he just needs to be aware of the takedown coming. So when he's firing those punches, to reset and then be ready for the sprawl. But I mean, he swung, and Radzhabov did a great job, as you said, timing the takedown.
Again, it's learning, isn't it? While you are in there learning. We saw that earlier with Karina Sisanova taking on Tea Asarut from Bulgaria. The Bulgarian made adjustments with what she had learned in rounds 1, then rounds 2, and eventually took the victory. But it doesn't feel like Kabi had learned. This has happened exactly the same with both rounds 1 and round 2. So skill set wise, he's got it all, but again, it's just those adjustments, right?
But it's always exciting because there can always be a finish, you know. Anything can happen in mixed martial arts. They can get caught in the armbar, make a mistake due to fatigue,
yeah.
You know, or looking for the ground, the pound's trying to keep busy to keep the ref happy. So there's always an avenue for the guy on the bottom to submit and win the fight.
Certainly a few more active guards than Salauat Kabi is consistently trying to progress his position and attack from the bottom. Otabek has been very savvy to all that though so far. Avoided the armbar, which he was caught in for a good maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, the end of round 1. Almost again round 2.
He's having a little bit more difficulty securing it though, because Radzhabov's aware of it.
Yeah.
So every time there's an angle change, he follows the hips, stacks it up against the cage,
yeah.
Changes the angle, doesn't allow this armbar to be initiated from the angle, not even the clasp with the arm, it's just purely taking away the angle at the beginning, so the journey of the armbar never takes place.
Now down to the final 50 seconds here. And we've said before at the start of this, the fans, the support, which will be cheering louder at the end of this fight. Work for that armbar, Dean. There he goes again, he's over.
He's got just under 30 seconds to work here, Brian. Again, up against the cage, crossing the feet, being stacked. Just open that left leg out, run it down, fan it down on the head.
Again, he's going for that scissor. He's almost pushing his hips up into the torso rather than, as you say, creating that energy, that power behind
it's half right. He's trying to keep the guy close to him, which is half right. Now, this is what he needs to do. Open those legs out, cross the posture down.
To check his down crowd, cheering on Radzhabov, and he's seen it out once more. But again, how do they score that? It comes down to that subjective thing of the judges and what they see as the most definitive, the most effective parts of the fight.
I think the takedown is going to be the difference. Radzhabov's ability to change levels and take the fight to the ground. I think this is going to edge out in his favour.
But let's just say it once more. Bright futures no matter what for these young men. So there we have it. Otabek Radzhabov from Tajikistan takes the victory, moves forward into the finals. Tomorrow he will vie for gold in the junior bantamweight division.